Hey everybody, welcome to the Leader Lab. This is Leadership Shorts, quick thoughts to help you level up your leadership. My name is Chad Wright. I am the founder of Forward Partners, and I am joined by my partner in podcasting and our awesome creative director, Emily Grace Deal. Emily, what are we talking about today?
We do a lot of work on organizational health.
Yes.
And I found a great quote about a common problem.
Okay, let's talk about it.
It's a long one.
So. Okay, all right, we're strapped in.
In too many organizations, the people at the top have all the authority and none of the information, while the people on the front line have all the information and none of the authority. Said by David Marquet.
David Marquet, who is a naval captain, I think, wrote a great book called Turn the Ship Around. But this is absolutely true. I run into this all the time. It almost feels like when you promote up to a certain level, suddenly there's this floor beneath you, and communication does not seep through that floor. Like communicating down below becomes more difficult. Having information actually come up to you becomes incredibly difficult. You'd be shocked how often I'll sit down with a city manager, a police chief, a CEO, somebody at the highest level, right? What are you dealing with today? What's your big challenge? And they're like, I just found out about this thing today, and it's been going on for 9 months, and it's downstairs, and they're shocked that the information does not get up to them.
So
but that's natural.
As you're saying this, I'm thinking we recorded the episode about being healthy leaders or like dictators.
Yes.
Do you think that's a part of it?
It can be, depending on what type of leader they are. Like if they have gotten into dictator mode too often and people are scared to bring it up, it's possible. Sometimes it is fear. Sometimes it is, I'm scared of the reaction. I'm scared, and so I'm just going to deal with it myself.
Yeah.
Oftentimes it's more of I don't know if pride is the right word, but it is if it lands on the leader's desk, I have failed.
Oh, that makes sense.
And so there's a lot of I don't want to take this up to him because I just want to do it.
This is too trivial.
Yes. Well, not sometimes trivial, but sometimes I just want to do it myself.
Gotcha. So
they never have to deal with it. You'd be surprised how often I will meet with people, kind of mid-level leadership in an organization. Their definition of success is that the top leader never has to hear about anything going on.
Yeah. I handled it myself.
It's not actually helpful because there needs to be a free flow of communication, right?
Yeah.
And so I think the question really becomes then, how do we deal with this? This is a reality in every organization, that there is somehow a barrier between the different levels.
Yeah.
We've got to figure out how to overcome that. And so I think that's kind of the point of talking about some of this today. And so I think it's easy to sit at the top and just feel like, well, all the right things come to me, but it's not reality. I've seen people try to deal with it with an open door policy.
Yeah.
And, it's fine. An open door policy, I guess, is better than a closed door policy.
Right. It's better than the alternative if
Maybe,
the alternative is closed.
But not a lot better. That's the thing is it is usually something has to get so bad before they will even take advantage of an open door policy.
Like a false sense of we communicate.
Yes, it is. And that's the thing that frustrates me with it is not that it exists. Oh, I have an open door policy. But that will become a crutch. That will become a lie they believe that if it's not walking through my door, it's not happening. Mm-hmm. And that is just not true.
Yeah.
I think a big piece of this is we have to go engage. Like if we have all the authority to make decisions and the people on the front lines have all the information that would help us make better decisions, that is on us to go to them.
Right. We have to fix that flow of information.
Yes, we do. And we fix it with our feet. We fix it with our presence by going to the front line, by spending time with them and learning, what are you wrestling with? How can I help? How can we make things better?
Well, and I think, we've talked about leadership presence before and how important that is. And I think especially if the leader is accessible, then you are able to have more of a conversation with them and tell them what's going on, and don't think that they have to be kept away from whatever it is so you can deal with it, right? You're able to just have a conversation about it.
Yeah, because the more times we go to the front line and deal with a challenge, the more they see how we react. The more they see how we deal with challenges, and they go, oh, that person's actually really great. Like they come in, they help, but they don't just take over. Like they actually help us and support us, and so they're not scared to see us walk in at that point, right? And so I think that is most of this. If we're wrestling with this, it is making sure that we are connecting with them, because not only do we get better information, we can provide better information.
Right. Well, and I even think in an instance where I might have done something or I messed up, I can tell you I messed up, but still say I'm going to handle it. But FYI, this exists.
Yes.
And then there's still communication there, and we're able to know. And then you know what's going on, and I'm like, I still got this. It's okay. And if I don't, then you at least know.
Well, and the other big disconnect, kind of like that, is that you make decisions at the top, the people downstairs don't understand them.
Yeah.
And I say downstairs because a lot of the organizations I work with, for whatever reason, the leadership is at the top level.
No, it still makes sense.
The people on the front line don't understand the decisions being made, and that's where presence fixes that too, right? Is when we are there, we can actually speak into things and say, oh, I heard this about a choice you made. What was that about? I would love to explain that to you. I would love to help you have that insight. Well, that's a
thriving team. A thriving team includes everyone on it.
Yes, it is every single person, and there's that free flow of communication. One of the ways we think about it is that really a leader's presence and communication is the lifeblood of an organization.
Yeah.
And so if we as a leader are not going and connecting with all the different parts of our organization, we are cutting off the blood flow to that part of the organization, and eventually it's going to atrophy and start to become a real problem. And so we have that responsibility, because this is absolutely true. As we were kind of talking about this ahead of time, we were thinking about the idea of the cone of silence. You remember on Get Smart, they had the cone of silence where when you were in it, no one could hear what you were talking about, but also you couldn't hear what they were talking about.
Yes.
There is kind of that idea when we get into the highest levels of leadership.
Yeah, this is a real problem.
Yeah, eventually you've got to step outside of the cone of silence. Eventually you've got to go talk to people.
Yes.
And that is a very challenging thing because, as I'm thinking through the last probably 5 or 6 episodes we've recorded, they were all about people problems. They were all about these individual challenges we deal with people. And so I can see why it is scary sometimes to get outside of that cone of silence.
Yeah, it might be kind of comforting if it's silent.
Yeah,
I don't know, maybe not.
There's no problems. I'm just going to pretend.
Again, that might be a personality type.
It is, but I got to tell you, sometimes those problems get scary. And so this is something, if you're at the highest level of leadership, it is on you to go to them. It is on you to be on the front lines. You don't spend every minute of every day there, but you engage regularly. You engage intentionally to make sure that you are getting the right information, to make sure that they are telling you what's really going on so you can truly make the best decisions. And the other side of this is making sure that they understand the choices you're making, that you and your executive team are engaging with them on a regular basis and keeping that free flow of information. That is going to solve a lot of the problems that he's referencing in this quote. They do have a lot of information on the front line, and you do have a lot of authority. Let's combine those two things. Why are we content to keep them separate and assume that we have the best? Let's combine them and really build that thriving team like Emily was talking about. All right, if people want to send us questions, quotes, ideas, where do they send those to?
lab@forwardpartners.net.
lab@forwardpartners.net. If they want to engage with our content online, where we are giving away everything that we teach about leadership, everything we know, everything we learn as we're on the ground doing this. Where do they find us?
@forwardpartner.
@forwardpartner. Thank you all very much for watching this, for sharing this with your friends. Emily, thank you for doing this. Ben, thank you for producing. Why do I get tripped on producing? I almost say thank you for podcasting every time. Thank you for podcasting, Ben. Thank you, Wilco Workspaces, for partnering with us on this. We will see you right here next time in the Leader Lab for Leadership Shorts.